Howdy folks, it's the other Michael Jordan here, talking a bit more in detail about how I'm preparing for 2022, specifically the game plan that I am building. Alrighty, I appreciate you being here. So last week, or a couple weeks ago, I guess, I talked about my approach to building goals and planning out my New Year's resolutions for the coming year. I have 6 categories. I do 2 goals per category, and then I have sort of specific methods by which I land on those goals and try to have a variety of goal types in the mix. Today, what I'm talking about is a bit more detail about what I'm doing this final month of the year in preparation to achieve those goals. So the things I'm buying, signing up for, doing to get ready to make sure that those goals are attainable for me. So what I'm going to do is just give you a few specific examples, identify a few of my goals, and talk about the ways that I have proceeded in making progress toward achieving those goals before I've even begun working on them. So let's start with one of my financial goals. So one of them is to read 2 personal finance books. And rather than getting to the first of the year and coming up with a way that I'm going to do that, I've already ordered 2 personal finance books recommended by a couple of people. My dad specifically, shout out to him for recommending. I've got Unshakable by Tony Robbins on the way and The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and I've heard good things about both of those books. So they will be delivered here in the next few days, and I'll be ready to go come January to start reading those books right away. Another example of one of my goals is to schedule what I'm calling legacy interviews. And so I have this sort of vision for interviewing various members of my family, my dad's family, my mom's family, my immediate family, and talking to them about their life. I think this is the sort of thing that everyone ought to do and get perspective on what everyone else's, what the life experience of the people most important to them. I would love to have this as sort of a gift to pass down to my kids and grandkids and so forth. So I already have a tentatively scheduled an interview with my mom, which will be probably multiple interviews, very in depth. And actually got off the phone just a while ago with my dad, asking him for more detail on some people in the family who he thinks would be worthwhile to interview. I've already interviewed my dad. That is why I was not talking to him about an interview with him. So I've already begun making plans, preparation, and I plan in the next couple of weeks to reach out to all these people and schedule interviews so we are locked and loaded and ready to go. So one of my learning goals is to, every year I have a learning goal to focus on a particular topic. This coming year, I'm going to really begin to dive deep into blockchain, cryptocurrency, NFTs, all of the underlying technology behind those revolutions. And I have sort of a conceptual understanding of a lot of this stuff, but I'm not proficient at it, and I think this is where the world is going. So it's a topic that is going to be near and dear to my heart in 2022. I have already downloaded 2 audiobooks, Blockchain Technology Explained by Alan Norman and Blockchain Revolution by Don and Alex Tapscott. And my plan is, and I'll talk again about this in a minute, I'm doing a workout sort of self-improvement program kind of a thing to kick off the year. And my plan is, while I'm doing my runs and rucks and my outdoor workouts, to be listening to those audiobooks. And once I have finished those audiobooks, which will happen probably relatively quickly because I'll be doing a lot of outdoor exercise, I have subscribed to a podcast called Modern Finance by Kevin Rose. I've actually listened to it a couple of times. Kevin Rose is a real interesting guy and just kind of covers a range of modern finance topics, from NFTs to cryptocurrency to just a whole host of things. So looking forward to that. And then I'm also looking at, and so if anyone's watching this and you've got a recommendation on enrolling in an online course, I do better with online courses when it's scheduled. On Thursdays we meet or what have you. Having a set time to do things, scheduled homework sorts of activities versus sort of do at your own pace kind of thing. So let me know if there's anything you would recommend there. So last example, one of my health and fitness goals is to complete what I'm calling 2 challenges. So my first challenge that I'm going to do is called 75 Hard. You've maybe heard of it. Effectively, it's 75 days where you live by a few very strict rules. So you have to drink a gallon of water a day, no alcohol, follow a diet, 2 45-minute workouts, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor each day, read 10 pages of a self-improvement or a business book. I think maybe I'm missing something here, but there are these rules. And what I've already done is begun to create a PDF document, which I will soon share with the world, that outlines my diet, my exercise routine and program, my supplement schedule each day, so I can optimize this. I've ordered 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson is my first self-improvement book that I'll be reading, and we'll probably order another one here in the coming weeks once I land on what that ought to be. Additionally, I have signed up with my brother-in-law for a Spartan Race in the mountains of Utah for next July. So that will be a major upgrade from the flat plains of North Texas, where we did our first Spartan Race last year, and it will be very interesting to be working at altitude. But I'm hoping that doing 75 hard and building some of these routines and habits of training and diet at the front end of the year will benefit me immensely by July, when I am climbing hills in Utah. So we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, so that's that. The reason I'm sharing this is because I think most people are either overly ambitious and really have no plan to get started, or are reasonably ambitious but haven't put in the time to prepare for what achievement of their goals in the new year is going to look like. My objective is that between December 31st and January 1st, a switch is flipped, that I have books that I'm reading, I know what my schedule is, my routine, my diet. I have interviews scheduled with folks to achieve some of my relational goals and so forth. It's easy to lose momentum fast. It's much harder to pick momentum up later on. So I'm just doing all of this preparation throughout the month of December so I can hit the ground running in January. And as always, I appreciate you watching. If you could do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you find the content interesting. Go check me out on social media. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, considering Facebook. So yeah, I would really appreciate all of your support. Like, subscribe, share, comment, engage as you see fit, and I will look forward to sharing more with you next time. Thanks, guys.